Hello and welcome everyone to the first DogLion battle recording. Myself and CA Dogbert jumped onto the Total War live stream a couple of weeks ago now, and I'm just getting around to recording the replays from that epic clash of titans. So this is the first battle. There'll be 4 more other videos going up. There were 6 battles, but for some reason neither one of us seemed to actually manage to get that replay. I've looked through all the replays Dogbert sent me over, but there were none I think it's actually the 5th battle we're missing. We've got the 6th one, the final one, which I actually my connection dropped out of, which is odd, but yeah, so this is the first of a 5-part series, the DogLion. Myself and CA Dogbert in this battle facing off. Can I check the chat? No, I can't. Well, how do I see who the players are? Surely there must be a way of me doing this. You saw them on the way in. I'll have had it up in the comments. Anyway, so I'm playing as Bactria. And Dogbert is playing as Egypt. We're up against Parthia and Rome. So at this point, I was trying to keep Rome at bay, while Dogbert was pushing against Parthia early on. Well, I say pushing. He was actually being drawn in by their missile cavalry. They've got plenty of the Parthian horse archers over there. I was trying to flank out with some cavalry. This is a build I've been using quite some time as Bactria, one I quite like. It relies on a lot of cavalry, 4 cataphracts, and the 2 horse skirmishers and 2 horse archers, with a core infantry centre. This time I'm using Thoraci spears, as well as an elephant, Indian armoured elephant general. So I was trying to now push over to the right to help Dogbert out. I'm going to jump up to the tactical map because it's a lot easier to see what's going on. So I'm trying to push over here with my Scythian horse archers to target these Indian war elephants that were coming my way from Parthia. They'd brought some as well. We need to take them out. Meanwhile, Dogbert's about to be hit by some Parthian horse archers over here. So until basically we can deal with Rome to a degree, we had to keep Parthia at bay because they were going to skirmish us out. And I don't think Rome had seen my fast-moving cavalry troop over on the left, so I was pushing forward in the centre, getting close to Dogbert, sticking together, ready to take the oncoming horde. Dogbert's troops, he's got plenty of thorax swordsmen, he's got Nubian bowmen, and then behind that Thoraci spears, and he's brought some citizen cavalry as well, obviously to try and hit the Parthian cav. Got Ptolemaic cavalry at the back as well, but he can't really do much when they're going to skirmish him out so quickly. Meanwhile, my cavalry are pushing through the forest at the back. I've got gladiator spearmen holding the flank, and meanwhile Rome is pushing through the trees. They've got legionary cavalry as well, I think some Praetorian cavalry in here somewhere. Now I'm trying to push up with my Hellenic cataphracts, one to potentially put some pressure on the Parthian flank as well as the Roman flank, but in here I sent my elephants in to combat the Indian war elephants that charge on in here. Mine are armoured elephants, they are just normal Indian elephants. We are being hit a little bit by the, I think, what are they, archers or auxiliary Balearic slingers from Rome. But I'm trying to use my strong elephant unit to hold the centre here to help out Dogbert. He's also bringing up his spears to keep these guys at bay, and we've already started wavering one of the Indian war elephants over there. Meanwhile, he's bringing up his cavalry to support mine, and I'm getting completely around the Roman player here. He's not able to actually do anything. I've got my spears holding the centre. He's pushing forward with cavalry now through my line to smash into the Evocati cohort. Obviously, they don't have spears down here as Rome, so the cavalry superiority that we did have with our strong shock cavalry was going to work pretty well. Meanwhile, Dogbert's pulling his swordsman over here to help me out. The Parthian player just skirmishing out the spears over on the flank here, as well as trying to back up, I assume, the Indian war elephants that are going rampant behind Dogbert's lines. Also pushing forward now, the Parthian player with their swordsman. Nubian bowmen still holding out here. Dogbert's just sort of holding that flank until we can deal with the Roman player. That is our target right now. I'm bringing my war elephants in. They didn't waver and they didn't go berserk. Dogbert's able to pull his cavalry out. My elephants are getting ready for a charge into the centre of the Roman infantry now. In my elephants come, crushing down that first unit. Obviously they're using flaming arrows and they've now berserked my elephants, but my elephants are kind of in the middle of the Roman infantry there. I'm pushing forward with Thoraci spears, just to try and keep these guys held up while my elephants go rampant and crazy in there. We're holding the line against the infantry, and now's the time where I want to start pushing in with my cavalry. Obviously, I didn't really realise I had the elephants going rampage, because obviously it could do damage to my cataphracts. Elephants turning back this way, my cataphracts pushing on in though, and we're deciding to try and really hammer the Roman player, hit them hard. The assistant cavalry of Dogbert going into the enemy general's bodyguard there to try and cripple them, weaken their morale. They've got the Praetorian cavalry up here as well, and I've got skirmish cav trying to whittle them away, as well as my Hellenic cataphracts to try and break these guys. We're breaking around the back of the Roman player, and my elephants have just gone for a smashing charge all the way through. Out of control. They've done damage to me as well, but they have managed to break some of the Roman players' units. We've also managed to pick up some Praetorian cavalry here with the Ptolemaic cavalry, pushing in with thorax swords. So Rome looks like they're going down, but also so do a few of my units. We're trying to break these guys over here. They've used a morale dropping ability, I believe, or is it the flaming arrows? No, they've used Draco on my units, which is pretty good. Meanwhile, the Parthians, they've tried pushing in against thorax swordsmen. They've been repelled. They're hillmen. Meanwhile, their cavalry is just skirmishing out still on this flank. Still got some ammunition. Dogbert still holding in the trees. Great position though for him while the Parthian player is holding outside, because obviously the trees are going to give him a defensive bonus against those archers. My elephant's still out of control, but they're finishing off the Evocati cohort down here. And meanwhile, the rest of my cavalry now free after taking down some skirmishers to take down more of the Evocati cohort over here. Hellenic cataphracts swinging on round at the back now. I know we're stuck in against Gladiator Spearmen, but just the sheer power of this charge here, breaking them, we're even able to fend off the Praetorian cavalry and Legionary cav over there. We've got Praetorian cavalry chasing after my horse skirmishers over here, and I'm just letting them go after them for now, because that's fine, they're not in the fight over here. Enemy general is over here for Rome, and they're pulling the general and bodyguard back. It's not a legatus, pulling them back through the trees. My elephants are back under my control. We've lost one of them. No, we've lost two of them. 2 elephants, and we're being hit by flaming arrows again to make us go out of control. Unfortunately, that's near Dogbert's unit, so they're going to take some damage here. But he's bringing down their Praetorian cavalry with support from my Scythian horse archers. He's got some infantry there as well. He's also more of my horse archers back here. We've got Legionary cavalry, but the Ptolemaic cavalry there should have the upper hand. They're breaking over here, Praetorian cavalry showing their worth. Meanwhile, the Parthians have pulled some of their horse archers around here, and it's trying to break my Hellenic cataphracts, which have taken quite the beating, and they've been in a sustained fight over here for quite a long time, and I haven't really been able to bring their full force down, but I'm bringing them down now. And the Parthian horse archers are actually pulling back with what's left of my Hellenic cataphracts heavily armoured, so the archers aren't doing too much damage to me. I'm going in to try and take out their Legionary cavalry here. And in they get hit them in the flanks a little bit, not a great charge. That volley there actually did a fair bit of damage to them, and they're actually wavering them away. So I've got to be careful. So I pull back from trying to hit the Legionary cavalry. I don't have the strength in my cavalry yet. Meanwhile, with the rest of my troops, I've still got one pretty much near full unit of Hellenic cataphracts over here. They're getting hit by the Praetorian cavalry as I pull them on in. Meanwhile, I'm trying to work out my elephants. I've pushed them up over into the trees. We've taken a few extra losses, but we're trying to push the enemy back. Meanwhile, the Parthians have charged the thorax swords in here. Parthian swordsmen against thorax swords. The thorax swords should hold and win the day. My Hellenic cataphracts are trying to break the Legionary cavalry down here. Thorax swordsmen holding up Praetorian cavalry, and in come my elephants. They're about to push in here and finish off the Praetorian guard. More of my cataphracts over here coming on back. I think just sort of skimming the edge of the gladiator swordsmen over here. They've pulled back with their Legionary cav over here. I'm not sure why. Rome didn't seem that inclined to actually help out the Parthian player at this point. So we're trying to I'm trying to reinforce Dogbert's troops in the trees, which is actually a bit chaotic seeing what's going on. They're pushing on through. The Royal Peltas are getting stuck in the general's unit here of Dogbert, holding the line. Meanwhile, I'm pushing up with my Scythian horse archers, which still have some ammunition. Also pushing in with my Hellenic cataphracts, using the cover of the infantry as well and the trees to break out and suddenly charge into the horse archers to try and shatter them and push them back. At this point, we really weren't sure if we could win or not, because we'd lost a lot of our... Well, I'd lost a lot of my troops. Dogbert had been holding in the trees all that time, taking sustained volley fire. But suddenly at this point, my elephant's coming in. I don't know if that's just them being close by, or the charge that comes in now as well. But the Parthian swordsman units break, freeing up these 3 units of infantry for Dogbert to then throw against the Parthians over here. Meanwhile, my cataphracts, again, heavily armoured. They can take a couple of volley fires of the arrows here. We're charging them towards some of their Parthian foot archers, which I know will not be able to flee from my cataphracts, even though they're absolutely exhausted. I can't go after the cavalry because they're going to be too fast. I'm charging out with the Scythian horse archers. I assume I've run out of ammunition at this point. Charging after the horse archers over on the right now. Bringing my general out as well. Obviously, the elephants are key to my battle strategy here. Yes, they can be brought down with sustained arrow fire, but I'm hoping that they've nearly run out of their ammunition. My cataphracts get a charge in against the Parthian foot archers here, and they're going to break. They're going to break. The Hellenic cataphracts are just going to break them. I'm pushing up with my elephants now. We've kind of almost ignored the Roman player because we don't know where he's gone. We've got a few units of thorax swordsmen back here, and I've obviously got my horse skirmishers back here. Don't know what happened to the Praetorian cavalry, unless this is them over here. Yes, this is. So they managed to dodge my horse skirmishers, and they've come back over here. They're not feeling too hot because they've lost most of their other troops. And meanwhile, we're pushing against the Parthian player, charging them towards the border. We're keeping together in one strong unit. We're pushing out of the forest now. Dogbert's moving his troops with mine. And I've got Hellenic cataphract units here under fire, but I've got about 60 of them together. And hopefully I'm going to give them an order in a moment, because otherwise I'm being shot to death. Obviously I'm watching this replay back and recording this, so this is not a live recording, because that you can find on Twitch, on the Total War channel's Twitch channel. I'll try and put that in the description for you guys, if you want to go see that mysterious 5th battle that neither one of us managed to record. Anyway, we get a charge off here. They've got noble horse archers. Surprisingly, even though I'm quite low on cataphracts, I still managed to get a reasonable charge, taking a few of them down. They get pinned. My cataphracts should be stronger, actually, than their noble horse archers. Not by much, even at this weakened stage. My cataphracts here, though, don't get the charge I wanted to, and I think I end up pulling them back away from the horse archers. My cataphracts, though, breaking over here because they weren't supported, but we did manage to do a reasonable amount of damage to the noble horse archers of the general here. I'm pulling, well, Indian armoured elephants around, trying to draw the noble horse archers into Dogbert's units, where we're creating a solidified front. Meanwhile, we're sort of sorting out our thorax swords here. Hoping, obviously, these replays aren't bugging out as well, and obviously it's showing what actually did happen, or at least close to that. But apparently at this point we get a costly victory. I think the enemy just broke, they wavered. But we did win this battle anyway. Obviously you can go verify this with the battle there, but I think we just managed to make them waver, and they broke. They couldn't hold up their morale after losing so many troops, and the DogLion claimed its first victory. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this first replay battle. There'll be more battles up very soon. Comment, rate, subscribe, follow me on Facebook and Twitter. Take pride and join the Legion. Ciao for now. Actually, no, it's not the end. I forgot. I should probably show this end result screen. We got a Pyrrhic victory, so we did manage to beat them, obviously, in the end. There you can see the damage done by my cataphracts. Obviously can't show you. Oh, I can show you Dogbert's. That's brilliant, awesome. So we can see Dogbert's units. Mainly, he was holding the line there in that first battle. I got 1,510 kills. Dogbert got 981. He did well. He held up in the forest. You can see I had very few troops compared to Dogbert. Dogbert had the majority of the troops there, whereas I had just sort of high quality units there with a couple of skirmishes thrown in. But we managed to beat Johnson, playing as Rome, and Adetorax. I'm probably going to say your name wrong. Sorry, dude. But those are the players. Sorry, I forgot to check your names at the start. So we managed to smash them in the end. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this part. Ciao for now.